fight. Trying to see what it's like, take me, so I roll the dice. Look up to no one else, but yeah, I was shy. I got real power, Hebrew Israelite.
So you're actually from the land of Israel. That's where we're from. Out of all those continents, out of all those countries in Africa, everyone has one specific country that they go back to out of that big continent. Or you got the so-called what's that name of that? Somalians. You got Egyptians. When you ask them what's their race, they're gonna tell you, hey, I'm Egyptian. Or they can go back again. They can go back to their heritage and their certain customs that they did. You got Ethiopians. We was talking to someone last week. I said, is it a difference between Ethiopians and so-called African Americans? He said yes. Because they know and we know that we're not the same people. Right. So when you say you're from Nigeria, you can't classify yourself as you just being African American, because that's a broad term, which is newly created. Newly created. All right, now let's read this Tobit chapter 1 verse 4.
Tobit chapter 1 and verse number 4. Right? And when I was in my own country.
When he was in his own country. Again, we have our own ancient country. You know?
In the land of Israel.
What's our country?
In the land of Israel.
One more time.
In the land of Israel.
Our own ancient country, as the Israelites, was the land of Israel.
Right.
And again, we got cut off from that land, and like we read, we went into slavery while we were slaves. Go back to Deuteronomy 26:8. All right, and again, this is history that we're reading about the Bible. This Bible is not a book of religion. It's not a book of fairy tales or just stories and made up different things. This book is our history book. But what happened through slavery and colonization, they changed it into a book of religion. Now all of a sudden, God loves everybody. Jesus Christ is a white man all of a sudden. Damn, everybody's white. Here you have 18 different nations in the Bible. Now everybody's white.
Crazy.
You got damn 5,000 different religions that come out of one book. When the Lord said that this is a book of a heritage of one nation of people, which is our people. And the same things that they read about in the history books we can find in the Bible. Right. Why? Because our ancestors wrote these things down for us so we can find out who we really are in these last days. Now let's read this.
And the Lord shall bring thee into slavery again.
So the Lord's going to bring us back into slavery. How?
With ships.
Was what?
With ships.
We came to America but with slave ships. Right. And slavery. That's history out the Bible that your Christian pastor would never read to.
At all.
Right, read on.
By the way, where I spake unto thee, thou shalt see it no more again.
Meaning you will never see a homeland. Like, have y'all ever been back to the land of Israel? And we never been back. And even if one so-called black or Hispanic person went back, we haven't been back to as a nation. We never been back there and set up our laws, set up the foundation of serving the Most High how we did back then. So the Lord said we won't, as a people, we won't see our homeland again. You know?
And there you shall be sold unto your enemies.
When you get off those slave ships, you're going to be sold unto your enemies. What does that sound like, being sold to your enemies? It sounds like you're just going to run across an enemy. Y'all going to sit down together, have peaceful talks. No, your enemy is going to put you in slavery.
Right.
Your enemy is going to rape, rob, and murder, and pillage you. Your enemy. Give me 2 Maccabees chapter 8 and verse number 3. All right, and again, this is history that we're reading about in the Bible. How come we never went to school and they went to the Bible and showed us Black history? Here it is, they got Black History Month every February, the shortest month of the year. Yet they never went into the Bible and told us that this is our history book. Like the Christian pastor, no matter what religion it is, whether you Seventh-day Adventist, Baptist, or God knows what, they never told us that we are the people of the book. Right. Everything that we read, does this sound like white people can relate to? Or Chinese people?
Not at all.
Not at all. Africans can relate to this. But our people, we relate because we're the people of the book.
Right.
Let's read this. Hold that and read this.
It's the book of 2 Maccabees, chapter 8 and verse number 3.
Bring it out.
And that he would have compassion upon the city sword, defaced and ready to be made, even with the ground. Right. And hear the blood that cries unto him. Right. And remember the wicked slaughter.
And remember what?
And remember the wicked slaughter.
Lord said we have to remember these wicked slaughters. Again, a white man can't read, man, I gotta remember the wicked. There was one doing the slaughtering. Right. They can't say, okay, yeah, I remember that one time in history, so-called black men, they just slaughter everybody. You got a movie coming out, I don't know the name verbatim, but something with the flower, the Indian, the flower, got the Thanksgiving movie. And all these things, they show you in the movies, the wicked slaughters of the Native Americans. How they came over here, they gave them smallpox, how they killed off all the cattle, make them starve, get them diseases, and slowly but surely cut them off.
Right.
Here it is, this whole land was given to the Native Americans, now you barely see one. Right, we don't, and that's what you call a wicked slaughter. We don't?
Of harmless infants.
Right.
And the blasphemies committed against his name. Verse number 10. So Nicanor undertook to make so much money.
So Nicanor was a so-called white man during the time of the Grecian Empire. He said he undertook to make so much money. Now, in slavery, how did white people make money? Selling slaves. Read that again.
So Nicanor undertook to make so much money.
So much money. It didn't say a little bit of money, or just probably about a dime. He said so much money. Read on.
Of the captive Jew.
Of the what?
Of the captive Jew.
It said of the captive or the slavery of the Jews. Again, we would be the real Jews according to the Bible. Now you said y'all be so-called African Americans. That would be from the tribe of Judah.
Right.
Jew is a short term for the word Judah. Judah, when you go into the etymology, it means the praise of Yahweh, which is the real name of the Most High, Yahweh. So your name actually means the praise of the Most High God. But here it is, they took your name away. Give me 2nd Esdras 10 to 24. They took your name away, now they gave you black. Isn't black synonymous with wickedness? Think about it. You have something called blackmail, which is evil. You have what they say, black cat. If you see a black cat, that's bad luck. Black Air Force Ones. You wear black Air Force Ones are dangerous. Here it is, they labeled you, they labeled us black men, black women. Here it is, we're brown. Everybody on the earth has brown skin. The East Indian man, like us, the African man. But why are we black?
Right.
I've seen super dark East Indian people. They're not calling themselves black, Negroes, niggas. They're calling themselves what they're calling themselves after the name of their race. Here it is, we don't have the name of our race, so they gave us a name which is synonymous for wickedness, synonymous, like you say, evil, everything that deals with being a base.
Right.
But again, we're the Israelites. Let's come on to the Bible. Give me Genesis 28. Give me just Genesis chapter 28. I'll read this while you get it.
It's the book of 2nd Esdras chapter 10 and verse number 44.
Bring it out.
This woman whom thou sawest is Zion, and whereas she said unto thee,
10 and 22.
this 2nd Esdras chapter 10 and verse number 22.
Right.
Our psaltery is laid on the ground.
Right.
Our song is put to silence. Our rejoicing is at an end.
So the Lord said our rejoicing, our songs that we had, the different melodies that we sang, that all got put to an end. That's what it looks like when your heritage from the nation of people, their whole joy gets put to an end. Right, read on.
It reads, the light of our candlestick is put out.
Right.
The ark of our covenant is spoiled.
Read.
Our holy things are defiled. And the name that is called upon us,
Said the name that is called upon us, because again, first you was named the princess, daughters of Zion, daughters of Israel. These were the different labels and names that our women walked out. But again, through slavery, they took away those names. Now the names that is called upon us, read on.
it reads, that is called upon us is almost profane.
Is what?
It's almost profane.
Being called a bad bee, right? Being called a black woman, African American, these names are almost profane. The word Africa and America both derive from two different white men that colonized Africa and America. And here it is, we call ourselves that to this very day. You come from two white men? No. So why do we call ourselves a name after two white men?
Right.
Here it is, you have every nation under heaven in America. They're not calling themselves African Americans, so-and-so Americans, right? So-and-so Africans. No, because again, they know who they are. But have we ever thought about where do we come from? The language that we spoke? These are different things we have to take in consideration as a race, as a people. Because again, the church is not going to do it. Pastor going to read the same 3 verses. He's going to sing about 50 songs.
Right.
Pastor on that collection plate 3 times. Take all your money, rob you. They're going to sing another song after that. They're going to leave. They're going to leave feeling good, but what did you really learn? Let's read this.
Genesis chapter 32 verse 28.
Right.
And he said, thy name shall be called no more Jacob, but Israel.
The Lord said our name, it can't be called what the slave master called us. It can't be called no more bad bee, African American. No more Jacob, but Israel. Let's see what Israel means.
For as a prince
As a prince, or in your case, y'all would be princesses. For as a princess, read on.
has thou power with God.
For as a princess has you power with God. That's what the name Israel goes back to. What does the name black go back to? African. What is that? Again, that goes back to two different white men.
Right.
Black, again, just as a color, meaning void of light. I thought the Lord said we were the light of the world.
Right.
Now we're black. Now we're void of light and darkness. All right. But again, y'all will be Israelites, God's chosen people. Now, as Israelites, do you know why we are in the position that we're in today? Why, as us being God's chosen people, being kings and princesses, rulers, governors, how do we go from that to being put into slavery under the so-called white man?
Black.
Because what?
I would say because we're black.
Well, are we black?
Well,
Or are we the Israelites? So what?
God's people.
We're God's people. All right, now let's get Daniel chapter 9 and verse number 11. Now, is that it? We're just the Israelites? Because again, if we're God's chosen people, nothing should be able to happen. We're His chosen. Give me, I believe that's Zechariah 28 real quick. We're the apple of the Lord's eye. Why should anything happen to us? Give me that real quick, Zechariah 28. Are you going to let anything happen to your children by someone else if they're the apple of your eye, or your little cousin, your little sister, whatever the case may be? No. So why did these things happen unto us if we're the apple of the Lord's eye? Let's read this.
It's Zechariah 2:8.
Right.
No.
It reads, For thus saith the Lord of hosts, after that glory hath he sent me unto the nations, which spoiled you.
Right.
For he that toucheth you,
He that toucheth us, the Israelites, His chosen people, read on.
toucheth the apple of his eye.
We're the apple of the Lord's eye.
Right.
So if He touched us, or if these nations touched us, what's the reason for the Lord just letting it happen? So it can't be us just being His chosen people. So if that's the case, then we would be protected. So it has to be something a little bit deeper for us to be put in this position that's hid up from the world that nobody wants to reveal to us. If you was to take a guess, what would that reason be?
I don't know. I've been trying to figure it out.
All right, that's a good answer. You don't know. It's a humble answer. How about you, Steve?
They felt like we were strong enough.
Well, if we
For
was,
us to go through that, we must have some type of strength in us, something different, something about us that made us want to go, that had us go through what we did, so we got here today.
that's a good answer too. Let's get Deuteronomy 76. Now let's read. Now the real reason why we went through what the things that we were going through is because we broke God's laws.
Right.
All right, we made a covenant with the Most High. If you guys have siblings or may have a daughter or whatever the case may be, you may make a deal with them. If you get A's and B's, if you make the honor roll for the first semester of school year, then I'll give you this, right? Or whatever it may be. If you don't get in trouble in school, then this will happen. But if you do get in trouble, it's punishments that come with it. And they say, okay, all right, I agree. Y'all shake on it, y'all do whatever. Say, okay, I got it, Mom's right. Now the Lord, since we're His chosen people, we're His children, He made a covenant with us.
Right.
If you do A, B, and C, guess what? I'm going to make you rulers above all people. Give me, hold that, give me 28 and verse number 1. All right, if you do what I told you to do, you're going to be above all people.
Right.
Nothing's going to happen to you. You're going to be protected. We just read, whoever touches, they touch the apple of His eye. So surely nothing is going to happen if we do what He says. Now, just looking at the pictures, turn this on. Just looking at the pictures. All right, do you think we did what the Lord told us to do? To receive these different things, or do we go astray? Now we're getting punished as a people for the things that we did. All right, let's read this. Deuteronomy 28.
Deuteronomy chapter 28 verse 1.
No.
And it shall come to pass, if thou shalt hearken diligently unto the voice of the Lord thy God.
If you hearken diligently, meaning if you listen to the voice of the Lord thy God, read on.
To observe and to do all His commandments,
We keep God's commandments as a people, read on.
which I command thee this day, that the Lord thy God will set thee on high above all nations of the earth.
We was there at one point, high above all nations of the earth. Only if we keep His commandments. I'm pretty sure y'all heard about us ruling on the shores of West Africa, how we was kings and princes and queens and these different things. Why did that happen? Because at a point in time we kept His commandments. Even before that, before we even got to Africa on the west shores, we were in the land of Israel. Keeping the commandments. You ever heard of King David? King David was an Israelite. Perfect.
Right.
Blameless. You ever heard of King Solomon? King Solomon, he's an Israelite. Both of them are from the tribe of Judah as well. So these are our ancestors in the Bible. Now the world will teach, okay, these are just white Jewish men from a long time ago. When these are really so-called black men.
Right.
Black men, our ancestors that wrote these things and they gave them to us.
Right.
And guess what? King David was a righteous, mighty man. Why? Because he kept God's commandments. He ruled. When you read 2 Samuel, the 8th chapter, he had other nations and slavery. King Solomon had slaves. Imagine that the so-called black man had slaves and ruling above everybody else. Now, did you learn that in Black History School or Black History Month? No, we didn't learn that. You did? You learned about black people having slaves?
I mean, no, not. I wasn't taught that, but I saw my own research.
Okay. That's right. Now, again, why did these things happen? Because we did what the Lord wanted us to do. And he blessed us. But then you go away, certain things happen. Jump to verse 15.
Verse number 15.
Bring it out.
And it says, but it shall come to pass, if thou wilt not hearken unto the voice of the Lord thy God,
But if you don't listen to God, you don't.
to observe to do all his commandments and his statutes, which I command thee this day, that all these curses,
All these what?
that all these curses,
Curses, if you don't listen, are going to come upon you. That's why you got a term called generational curses. Have you ever heard of that? They got, they say so-called black people went into slavery. Then after slavery, there's the Jim Crow era, Martin Luther King getting on marches, getting dogs spread on us. Now we in this time, we're still getting gunned down, killed, shot by the police, oppressed by all type of people. Like the Chinese man putting his hands on our sisters in Chinese stores, beating them, right, with brooms and mops and all type of madness. Why? Because we're going through the curses that the Lord spoke about from old if we didn't keep his commandments. You know?
that all these curses shall come upon thee and overtake thee.
So all these curses are going to come upon us and overtake us. Look at verse 47.
Verse number 47.
Right.
And it says, for because thou servest not the Lord thy God with joyfulness and with gladness of heart for the abundance of all things, therefore shalt thou serve thine enemies.
Because we couldn't keep simple commandments. Now we got to serve our enemies.
When do we break the commandments?
When do we break the commandments? I mean, it's not a specific date on when we broke them, but we've been breaking them throughout history, which is why, as a matter of fact, we're breaking them. Well, let's get simple. First, in order to know how you're breaking the commandments, you have to know the commandments.
Right.
Have you heard of the 10 commandments? There you got thou shalt not kill, thou shalt not steal, no commit adultery, etc. Now, you have things outside of the 10 commandments. Other commandments. Let's get Leviticus chapter 11. I'm about to give you a few commandments that our people break on a daily that we don't even know that we break. All right, let's read this.
Leviticus
Give
chapter
me 2 Kings 4:4.
Leviticus chapter 11 and verse 7.
No.
And the swan.
You know what?
And the swan.
Now, swine is another word for pork or the pig. Right? Now, didn't Thanksgiving just pass? Didn't our people they had that on that ham, on that nasty plate. All right, let's see what the Lord said about the ham. You know?
And the swan, though he divide the hoof and be cloven-footed, yet cheweth not the cud, he is unclean to you.
So the Lord said that pig is unclean. We go into to how a pig and what it's made to do. It's the filthiest animal on the earth.
Right.
It's literally created to clean up the earth. God made everything for a reason. Just because he made it don't mean it's for your benefit. He made certain things for his benefit. All right, let's say it was garbage day all the way back in the ancient world. Did they have garbage trucks to come by and clean up the garbage? No, if it was garbage in the streets, the pigs will come in and clean it up. Because that's what they're created to do. That's why you got a lot of pigs on farm. Whenever it's a dead carcass or these different things happen, they send out the pigs in the field and they clean up the dirt, the filth. You got the, I don't know if brother seen it, I don't know if you heard about Nate Booty, the hitman that just got free. He said a lot of ways how he threw away the body, he would put it inside the grinder and then feed it to the pigs. Because the pigs would clean all of it up and leave no trace. All right, so again, the pig, that's the filthiest animal. Here it is, you eating pork bacon and just got done eating the damn human. All right, it's videos of them eating dead rats with maggots in it. You think they care that it's a dead rat with a maggot? No, because they know they're created to clean that up. They don't care. Now read on.
LOL. And it says, of their flesh shall you not eat, and their carcass shall you not touch. They are unclean to you.
So the pig is unclean. All right, that's one sin that our people break on the daily. It's eating the pork, eating the pig.
Right.
And again, like I said, Thanksgiving just passed. You had a lot of so-called black and Hispanic men eating pork. Right, that nasty ham. Isn't ham? I believe ham come from the butt of the pig.
Yep.
All right, you just eat anything off the pig. They got pig snout, pig feet, chitlins, pig. You eating the worst parts of pig tail.
Right.
Eating the worst parts of the pig. Imagine eating ham, pig butt. You just got on your plate. That's all.
But that's what slaves had to eat. So that's what they used to eat. That's what the white man
That's right.
gave to the black people. They gave them what was nasty and filthy. And what we did as black people, what we call black, what we're from Judah,
Right.
Israelites,
Right?
right? Because it's different histories, right?
Uh-huh.
So that's what was given to African American people so that they could feed their families, and that's what they learned how to survive off of. But unfortunately, like you said, generational curses, this is what was given, this is what they only know, so they're going to pass it on, not knowing it's filthy, it's nasty, it's the harmless.
That's right.
So because we don't have these in schools, they don't want stuff like this in schools, because then that'll make us wake up and think.
Right. That's
Right?
right.
And then it'll make us pay attention in class.
Right.
So they give us the bullshit
Mm-hmm.
to make us think that we're dumb or we're stupid.
Mm-hmm.
That's really what I'm learning.
That's right. That's right. And you're on fire right now. We call that being on fire.
Right.
I don't know if you play 2K, you playing the game in that fire ring, right? It's around a player, and says you're on fire, and that's right. And again, the reason that these things happen, they fed us the pork, and now on a deeper level, they fed us the pork because they knew it was going to keep us in slavery. They could have fed us
How you think we got diseases? How you think we got
from the
high blood
pork.
pressure?
From the pork.
And then they give us man-made medicine
Right.
that's supposed to help us, but it actually keeps hindering us.
Right.
As time goes on, we're learning different things from herbs.
That's right. And
And
you going back to
Dr.
the
Sebi is dead. Dr. Sebi. Why you think all these people dead?
cooking, sister. You cooking. All right, popping. Now again, like you said, that's a perfect summary of what's been happening and what's going on. And like you said, the reason, now that's one reason they fed it to us because it's the filthiest animal and it's the slops. But on a deeper level, they fed it because they knew out of all the meats that pork is a sin for the Israelites to eat. So I'm gonna feed it to them. I'm gonna make sure I starve them out. So whenever they're hungry, I'm gonna give them the only meat that's unclean. Well, not the only meat, but I'm gonna give them the main meat, the nasty meat that's unclean to them, so they can stay in sin and stay in slavery.
Right.
Hold that. Give me second Maccabees chapter 6 and verse number.
I'm sorry.
18.
Do you have a car or Instagram?
We got flyer. We got flyer.
Where you got flight?
Y'all go to a church out here?
Huh?
Y'all attend a church out here?
No, we're actually working on the building right now. Well, this is church. Yeah, go. This is church, all right?
Thank you.
That's Acts the 7th chapter.
How often are y'all here?
Well, normally we at Millennium Park at the Bean. Saturdays from 2 to 5. Every Saturday 2 to 5. So this is our first time in this location. Well, hey, that's it. That's where y'all at. So that's where we gotta be at.
Why do you have a place, a space? Do you think anybody is donating to a space?
Well, that's what we're working on right now.
Have you talked to anybody to donate?
Yeah. People donate. No, we don't ask for, we just don't beg for donations, but
No. I mean, what you're saying is real though.
Yeah.
To be able to, the average, I ain't gonna lie to me. So it's meant for me to be with her, because the average me, I would walk away, right? But because I stayed and I listened, I actually learned something. My brain is actually working. And it makes me think and wonder, like, you're right, we go to church. We go to church because our parents taught us to go to church. It's a ritual.
Right.
But we have the actual opportunity to learn on our own. It takes about 29, 30 to really get our own mind and figure out what we want to do. So I hear you. You make sense. I don't think you just want fraud. Just, you know what I'm saying? God gave you a purpose.
Right, that's all we, and that's our whole sole purpose is to come out and to talk to our people and let them know the truth.
Right, that's right.
To let them know the truth. All right. Now I know it's called. I know you said you got to use the belt. Let me give y'all one more verse.
Okay.
Let's get 1 John 5 and 3. 1 John 5 and 3. Now y'all willing to put down the pork for the Lord, knowing it's a sin?
I don't eat pork.
I don't eat that.
Oh, all praise to the Most High.
No, that's
I stopped
nasty.
eating pork away. When I started doing my own research and became awakened years ago, that's when I put down pork.
That's good. That's good. Now it's a lot. It's a lot of more commandments too.
Yeah.
It's not just the pork.
It's
Now
other stuff we ain't supposed to be eating.
it's a lot of stuff. But that's when I know y'all about to peel
Cows,
off.
we ain't supposed to eat cows.
That's a lot of stuff you're not supposed to be doing.
Well, you can eat cow, you can eat beef, but you don't want to. You don't want to be in. According to the Bible, it's not a sin to eat it. If you want to eat it, you could. But if you don't,
No,
you ain't got
I ain't
to.
eating it.
Well, that's cool. You don't got to eat it. Now let's read this.
1 John 5:3. For this is the love of God, that we keep his commandments.
So you showing that you showing your love for the Most High is keeping His commandments.
Right.
Now, some more commandments is no eating shrimp, crab, and lobster. Y'all eat shrimp, crab, and lobster? Y'all don't?
I ain't gonna lie, I ate it.
All right, now that's
I
cool.
ate it.
And we did too. Right? Like you said, we didn't know. We didn't know until we had to open up the book. We said, damn, right? Look, read it. Hey, some brothers read it 3-4 times. See if it could just, if they could just squeeze a doctrine in it.
Uh-huh.
But guess what? The Lord said what He said. According to the Bible, you can only eat fish with fins and scales.
Right.
Only eat things that come out the waters with fins and scales.
Teach y'all.
Tilapia, red snapper, perch, salmon, these different things. No catfish. That's a bottom feeder. No shrimp, crab, and lobster. Shellfish, bottom feeders. The same way how the pig is created to clean the earth, they're created to clean the waters. That makes sense? All right, now, let's get Ecclesiastes 12:13. All right, let me get there on the 2025. All right, we got to get them there real quick. We got 2 more verses. 2 more. Let's read this. The book of let's read it.
The book of Deuteronomy, chapter 22, and verse number 5.
Right. Oh.
The woman shall not wear that which pertaineth unto a man.
This is another commandment for the women specifically. You have certain commandments for men, and certain commandments for women. For men, they gotta grow up the beards, they gotta show their masculinity, do these different things. All right, they gotta wear the fringes on the bottom of the shirts. These are the different things for men that they gotta keep. Now the women have their own commandments as well. Read that again.
It reads, the woman shall not wear that which pertaineth unto a man.
Right.
Neither shall a man put on a woman's garment.
So it would be a sin for a man to put on a woman's garment. What is a woman's garment?
Dress.
A dress, right? A skirt, dress, those different things. It's a sin for a man to do that. Why? Because as a man, he has to learn how to lead and guide the household. As a man of the Lord, you can't do that with a tutu on. All right, with ballet shoes on. And you trying to command your house, you doing twirls. Yeah, well, that's all. Now, same thing for a woman. A woman can't wear that which pertains to a man. What's something that women wear that pertains to men?
Pants.
Pants.
So when was I supposed to wear pants?
Women cannot wear pants according to the Bible.
Right.
Let's get Esther chapter 5 verse 1. You got something called modest apparel. Let's get 1 Timothy 2:9. Get additions to Esther as well, 15 and verse 1. We got something called modest apparel, dresses. Again, as a princess, you never seen Princess Tiana wear booty shorts.
Right.
Never seen Princess Tiana wear leggings.
Right.
Even in the scenes when she was by herself, she wasn't. She had on that the so-called nightgown. All right. Now these different things are customs that our ancestors kept. Even in slavery, you had the women; they still wore dresses. They didn't say, "I'm gonna put on my booty shorts. Let me sew some booty shorts." No, they had dresses because they understood that their worth as a princess. Here's some sound right here. Let's turn this back around. You got the sisters in slavery, picking cotton in dresses, right? In 1,000-degree weather. Now let's read this.
The book of 1 Timothy, chapter 2 and 9.
Right.
And like manner also, that the women adorn themselves in modest apparel.
So the Lord said that women have to adorn themselves in modest apparel. You can't call yourself a princess if you're not moving like them, acting like them, have the mentality of them. That starts with what you eat, how you respect yourself, the clothes that you wear. The Lord is a very strict God.
Right.
You got some people that say, "Oh, so he's saying the Lord's going to kill me for what I..." Yes, the Lord kills people for eating pork.
Right.
You had in 1 Kings, the 13th chapter, the Lord killed the man for eating when he told him don't eat.
Right.
He told him to fast. He said, "No, I'm going to do my own thing." The Lord killed him. And that's where the fear of the Lord comes in there too. So yes, the Lord will get up with you if you know that if you know better and you don't do better.
Right.
Now the Lord said women are supposed to adorn themselves in modest apparel. You have your ancestors in the Bible that adorned themselves in modest apparel. Beautiful, glorious. The Bible calls it glorious apparel. Right? When you dress modestly, the Lord calls that glorious. And again, you got a lot of people that try to make excuses. Right? It's too hot. I don't want to wear a dress.
Really, that goes back.
All right. Now the Lord, you got certain people that try to make excuses. All right, it's too hot. I don't want to wear a dress. It's too cold. I don't want to dress. Well, in reality, you can wear a dress in all seasons. Let's keep it. You can wear a dress in all seasons. If it's cold outside, put on layers under. All right, put on layers under it. Put it spread on over. If it's hot outside, vice versa. Let's read this.
This is Esther 15:1. This is Esther 15:1. And upon the third day, when she had ended her prayer, she laid away her mourning garments.
Now, Esther is one of your ancestors that you can read about in history. You ever heard of the Persian Empire? So you got something called the Persian Empire. Now, in the Persian Empire, our people was in slavery under the Persians. So believe it or not, America wasn't our first slavery.
Right.
We was in slavery under the Persians. We're going to that history. So when we was in slavery under the Persians, the king at that time, he wanted a beautiful women amongst the captives. Now, if you want a beautiful woman, am I going to go to the Chinese people?
Hell no.
Am I going to go to the so-called the white race? Okay, I'm trying to find me a wife. She got to be the best in all the earth. Let me go to the Moabites and Ammonites. No, he went to where the so-called black woman was.
Right.
So-called black people said, let me find a nation. All right, right there, the Jews. Yeah, let me get one from out of there. And he got himself one of the mightiest women who he didn't even deserve. He got Esther. Esther was a mighty woman. We don't see the attire of Esther and what she wore as a princess. You know,
She laid away her mourning garments and put on her glorious apparel.
put on what?
And put on her glorious apparel.
So Esther had on glorious apparel. It's glorious apparel, damn leggings and Crocs with a crop top shirt. No, it's not glorious. All right, no king wants to see that. That's for your husband. All right, Esther had on glorious. Remember, she was a princess around this time.
Right.
She was princess under King Ahasuerus. So she probably had on all the gold, had on a fly dress, had her maids with her, checking herself out in the mirror. These different things. Put on the makeup. So she called glorious apparel. And mind you, she's a so-called black woman, so she got down with the dress. Right, we know?
And being gloriously adorned, after she had called upon Yahweh, who is the beholder and savior of all things, she took 2 maids with her, and upon the one she leaned as carrying herself daintily, and the other following, bearing up her train.
So as she was going before her husband and king, she had her 2 maids. The one she was holding her hand as she was walking, the other one was bearing up her train. That's how you know that she had on the dress, because the train at the back of the dress was kind of left up the wall. So, right, exactly. They do that during the wedding. So Esther was fleet. Had the train, had her maids with her. She put on the gold, right? The necklaces, these are the earrings. Again, these are all the things that consist. Well, not on the carnal level, a woman wearing a dress. These are things that consist of a righteous woman, or starting to be righteous. Now let's go to Esther chapter 5:1.
Esther 5:1. Now it came to pass on the third day that Esther put on her royal apparel.
So now it went from calling it glorious apparel to royal apparel. So again, we were in a dress, sister. You got to remember, that's royalty. Booty shorts is not royalty. Our leggings, just having all your shape out is not royalty. All right, everybody in the world does that. Got to be different. And again, we go into these different nations, they copy your heritage. Why do you think the East Indian woman and the Arab woman, why do you think they covered up all the time? You think they just came up with that?
Nah.
No, that was the thing that they got from our people. They seen the Jews do it, they say, you know what, man, I gotta do it too. Isn't it like that now? Everything we do, they just want to do it. We rap, now you got Chinese drill music. How is it Chinese drill music? I see they got East Indian drill music. Yeah.
That's crazy.
They got he rapping about killing with sandals on. Sandals and them polo and some cargo pants.
Right.
Yeah, no deodorant. just out there.
Just right by stinking.
He just out there. Everything we do, whether it's wicked, whether it's righteous, they want to do it. The women said, damn, that's what happened with Judith. You got the women just looking at Judith, Susanna, we could go all day long. You got Rebecca, you got all your righteous foremothers in the Bible. They we're moving after the spirit of righteousness, and the Lord looked at that as pleasing. Give me Zephaniah 1 and 8 real quick. Let's get Zephaniah 1 and verse number 8.
All right.
Like I said earlier, the Lord, he will get up with you if you don't have the correct attire when you return. If the Lord returns and he sees a man with a tutu on, the Lord's not going to have mercy on that man.
Right.
Right here it is, you get all the mighty men of the Lord. They reading, teaching, building up their households, learning for themselves. And you got a man in the corner with booty shorts. You got this man, 6'3", right? 2'8", swole, booty shorts.
With a beard.
With a beard.
10 Division 1 officers.
Right, 10 D1 tattoos. Right? Then he go behind closed doors and he answer all type of madness. The Lord is not looking for a man like that. Let's read this.
Zephaniah 1 and 8.
Right.
And it shall come to pass in the day of the Lord's sacrifice that I will punish the princes and the strange children.
My bad, sis. That's the last one. And then we're going to give you a flight. Read that again.
And all that are such are clothed with strange apparel.
All that are clothed in strange apparel. And you got dyke women, like tattoos on the face, sagging, with boxes on. Chill. That's what you call being clothed in strange apparel. You want? Oh, come. All right, so the Lord's going to come back and sacrifice you if you're clothed in strange apparel.
Right.
That goes to both genders. All right? Now, again, y'all be Israelites. Princesses walking the earth. Y'all have to repent. Keep God's commandments as the Israelites. You're not black. You're not bad beasts. You guys are royalty. You have to move like... Now, look into the flyer. There's a lot of information here, all right?
Right.
Before y'all leave, what's your race according to the Bible? What's your race according to the Bible? What did God call you?
I ain't black.
Not,
God's chosen people.
God's chosen people.
which is what?
Judah.
The Israelites.
The Israelites. That's right. Israelites from the tribe of Judah. All right, now I know it's good. Y'all look into that information, all right? All right, y'all have a good day, sis.
I appreciate this so
What's your
much.
name?
Marquas.
This is great. Thank y'all so much.
All praise to the Most High. Y'all get home safe. Hey, y'all get home safe. All praise to the Most High, man. All praise to the Most High. We all here to feed the sheep. Let's go back to John chapter 21 and verse number 15. All right, John chapter 21 and verse 15. That's the whole purpose of us being out here is to feed the sheep.
It's too cold out here. John 15:8.
No, 21 15.
John chapter 21 and verse number 15. No. And it says, so when they had dined, Yahushua said to Simon Peter, Simon, son of Jonas, lovest thou me more than these?
Right.
He said unto him, yea, Lord, thou knowest that I love thee. He said unto him, feed my lambs.
Right.
He said unto him again the second time, Simon, son of Jonas, lovest thou me? He said unto him, yea, Lord, thou knowest that I love thee. He said unto him, feed my sheep.
Right, and that's our whole purpose. Come out and feed the sheep. Right? Come out and give the sheep what they need, the living waters. Read John chapter 4 and verse number 7. 1 minute for the Lord, brother.
1 minute.
Come on, brother.
Sad, brother.
For Jesus, for your creator. That's Israel. All right. But again, we got to give out people those living waters that they so long thirst for in the land of darkness. Give me Ezekiel 37 and verse number 5. Some people are dry bones. We're here to give, we're here to cleanse and put flesh on those bones through the Spirit, through the living waters. Read this.
It's the book of John, chapter 4 and 7.
Bring it out.
It reads, there cometh a woman of Samaria to draw water. Yahushua said unto her, give me to drink. For the disciples were going away into the city to buy meat. Then said the woman of Samaria unto him, how is it that thou, being a Jew, askest drink of me, which am a woman of Samaria?
Right.
For the Jews have no dealings with the Samaritans.
Right.
Yahushua answered and said unto her, if thou knewest the gift of God, and who it is that said to thee, give me to drink.
Right. If you knew I was the Lord, if you knew who was commanding you to do this, and you would have been did it. Right, read. That's what he's saying through the Spirit.
Thou wouldst have asked of him, and he would have given thee living water.
Right? So he would have given thee living waters. So the Lord is that true living water. All right? Being a Muslim, that's not the living waters. That's not going to clothe you. Right? That's not going to quench your thirst. That's not going to put a spiritual flesh on you. No, you being a Muslim, that's just making your bones dry. You being a 7-day Adventist. Right? You got Jake into Buddhism. All right, they go in there and they're serving Buddha. They going into the Chinese restaurant and they bowing down to Buddha before they get their meal. You got Jake that's trying to be Jewish, putting pigtails in his hair and that nasty hat. And he's going to the land of Israel trying to worship some madness. All right, and again, that's not going to clothe our people. What's going to clothe our people? The living waters, the words of the Lord. Let's read this, Ezekiel 37.
37:1.
Ezekiel 37 and verse 1. The hand of the Lord was upon me.
Hey, brother, you got 1 minute for the Lord? Hey, brother. Brother.
Hey, how y'all brothers doing, man?
I got 1 minute for God. Read this.
The hand of the Lord was
Y'all
upon
got to
me.
man up. All right, read this.
And the hand of the Lord was upon me, and carried me out in the spirit of the Lord, and set me down in the midst of the valley, which was full of bones.
Right?
And caused me to pass by them round about. And behold, there were very many in the open valley, and lo, they were very dry.
All right, this is the open valley full of dry bones. Calling out to your people. All right? Just walking up and down without a clue in the world what's going on in the earth.
Right.
They don't know the prophets that's coming to pass. They probably don't know there's war going on right now. They damn sure don't know that World War III is on the rise, if not already in the beginning stages of it. So our people are literally dry bones, not knowing what's going on. Lost. And this is what you call the lost sheep of the house of Israel. Right? The lost sheep of the house of Israel is not some random Amalekite man freaking off in the alley.
Right.
No, the lost sheep of the house of Israel is so-called blacks and Hispanics moving to and fro without a care in the world of what's going on.
Right.
And that's what we're sent out to them, to give them the living waters. So read on.
And it says, verse 3, and he said unto me, Son of man, can these bones live?
Right.
And I answered, O Lord God, thou knowest.
Right.
Again he said unto me, prophesy upon these bones, and say unto them, O you dry bones, hear the word of the Lord. Thus saith the Lord God unto these bones, behold, I will cause breath to enter into you, and you shall live.
Hey, brother, you have 1 minute? 1 minute, brother. You see something to the sound? Hey, brother. What are we doing? That's all we ask, 2 minutes for Christ. That's all we ask. 2 minutes.
2 minutes.
One scripture. That's all we ask. One scripture. Well, let's find. Let's get Deuteronomy 28 and 68. Let's figure out this
What is
scripture.
it now?
Deuteronomy 28 and 68. I'm going to read you one scripture, and I want you to tell me what nation of people did Deuteronomy 28 and 68 happen to. We're going to read it out the Bible, the words of the Lord from the hand of Moses. All right, let's read this.
And the Lord shall bring thee into slavery again with
What
ships.
does that sound like? The Lord seems going to bring one nation of people into slavery by way of slave ships out the Bible by the hand of Moses. Talking about Israel. Now, what nation of people got put into slavery by the way of slave ships? We're going to the history. Well, I'm talking about in 2023, what nation of people got put into slavery?
323?
Well, not in 2023, but today, what they teach us in 2023, we got put into slavery. What nation? What race?
16 years. I don't know.
Well, the so-called black people got put into slavery. Right, like you said, 16, 19.
Yeah, I mean, yeah, we've been enslaved for a long time.
Now, how do we get to America?
How did we get to America?
Yeah, when we was put into slavery, how do we get to America? By what transportation?
From what I heard, they brought us over here.
How?
They brought us over here.
But how though? What transportation?
I believe the ship.
Ship. Now we just read that a nation of people, like you said Judah, you said Israel, they went into slavery by way of slave ship. So according to the Bible, if they went into the slavery, but if the Israelites went into slavery and we went into slavery, then what's
I
that?
can't talk right now. Okay, I'll call you back.
If the Israelites, like you said, when Moses was talking to the Israelites, they went into slavery by way of slave ship, like we read in the Bible, and we look in the history, and we see we went into slavery by way of slave ship, then who must it be?
What was that question again?
You said, I asked you, who went into slavery by way of slave ships? You said Israel, after we read the verse. And then I asked you, what nation of people went into slavery by way of slave ships? You said us. You said Judah. So by default, we will be the Israelites according to the Bible. If they went into slavery by way of slave ships, we look at the history that happened to us. That makes sense? So we would be the Israelites. Did you know that?
Well, we're descendants. Is that what you say? We're descendants.
Well, that's what it means to
Because
be.
we are mixed people.
Huh?
We are mixed people.
No, we're not all mixed.
Know who they are.
Not necessarily.
You are the Israelites, right?
That's right, brother. We are the
Let
Israelites.
me tell you this something. My daughter,
They know who I am.
my daughter, she believes in the Israelites. She's in this house as well. Okay. Can I ask you a question?
Go ahead.
Are you guys still up under the same rule now that you were back then?
What do you mean under the same rule?
The same covenant.
Yes, we're under the law. We have to
Same
keep
covenant.
God's laws. Yes, we're under the covenant.
Same, the very same covenant that God gave to Moses. Are you under the
Yes.
same?
We are. Yes, we are.
How many commandments is it?
It's over 600 commandments.
No, it's not over 600 commandments.
Yes, it is.
No, there's 613 commands that God gave to Moses. There's only 10 commandments.
No, it's more than 10.
Okay, well, I'm done. I'm done.
Hold on, brother. Can we talk?
Hold
I'm about to show you.
on.
Go to Exodus 20.
Let them show you.
Hold on.
On here,
When
brother.
he get, hold on, let me ask you this. When Moses went to the mountain, right? How many commandments was on the tablet when he came back down?
10.
Now, let's get. Hold on.
Okay, so now, the rest of those.
But why was the only
Listen
10?
to what I'm saying.
Let them talk.
Commandments is not the same as commands. God commands us still to do certain things in this day and time. It's not commandments, but you still have to obey God because why? He commanded you to do that. Now, when they left Egypt,
Who is they?
Hold on, brother.
I'm talking about Israelites. When they left Egypt, okay, God said, I will make a new covenant with you.
They left Egypt.
That's what he said.
I knew
Look
it.
at Jeremiah chapter 31. Read that.
Hold on, bro. I want to deal with your first point. You said that it wasn't. You said that it's only 10 commandments. When you read now, I want to ask, like you said, it was 10 commandments on the tablet. Now, why was there only 10 commandments? Is the question on the tablet.
He said it was more.
No, there were 613 commands.
19. Exodus 19. Now, brother. Now, like you said, it was 10 commandments on the tablet, but it's a reason for that. The Lord didn't just write. Remember, Moses, when you go into Deuteronomy, I believe that's the 34th chapter, he was made. Hold on, brother. He was made king over Israel.
Right.
Now, as a king, isn't only 10 do's and don'ts to rule a whole nation of people? In reality, no, you don't just use no killing, no stealing, no fornication. No, you have it's multiple things to cover. I'll read this. Exodus chapter 19 and verse 19.
Bring it
To
out.
read you why he only had the 10 commandments at that time. You know what?
And when the voice of the trumpet sounded long and waxed louder and louder, Moses spake, and God answered him by a voice. And the Lord came down upon Mount Sinai.
So this is Moses on Mount Sinai. Now he came down upon Mount Sinai, you know,
On the top of the mount. And the Lord called Moses up to the top of the mount. And Moses went up. And the Lord said unto Moses, Go down, charge the people, lest they break through unto the Lord to gaze, and many of them perish.
you have to picture the scene. He's on the top of this mountain. It's thundering. Read up at verse 15. It's thundering. You have angels round about. Thunder. The mountain was on fire. So the children of Israel, they're looking at it and they're confounded. They don't know. They never seen this before. Nobody has seen UFOs in the sky on top of a mountain.
I have. I've seen you.
Well, I'm not saying we haven't seen UFOs. I'm saying UFOs on top of a mountain with thunder and lightning and the mountain burning.
Seen God.
And a man.
Seen God.
Exactly, and a man doing these different things. Nobody's seen it. So we know.
And verse 14, verse 15. And he said unto the people, Be ready against the third day, come not at your lives. And it came to pass on the third day in the morning that there were thunders and lightnings and a thick cloud upon the mount, and the voice of the trumpet exceeding loud, so that all the people that was in the camp trembled.
So they were scared. That's why. And when you keep reading on in that account, they fled from the mountain. Why? That's why Moses only delivered them the 10 at that time. Because when you read, go to Exodus chapter 20, there's literally more commandments that he listed. But because of the scene that was going on at that time, they're not about to sit there and watch this great, what's the word I'm it's not, you can't even use a word to explain what's going
So
on.
what's in Matthew?
This great scene.
What's in Matthew?
Hold on, brother, you going to Matthew, I'm still in Exodus. Because you said you made a point.
Let's go.
Hold on.
Look, I just stopped for 2 minutes now. Let's go. Get over 2 minutes now.
Well,
Let's go.
Like 1 minute, 30 seconds.
we got the baby.
I want to commend you. God said, be ye holy, for I am holy. Without which no man
God said what?
Be ye holy, for I am holy, for without which no man shall enter the kingdom of God. So what does holiness mean?
Who you answer that, brother? Let's go to Exodus
No,
chapter 20.
no,
No, brother, because you're running from Exodus 20.
What does holiness
Go to
mean?
Exodus 20.
Worry about it.
Exodus 20 and 21.
It's the same chapter where God gave the 10 Commandments. All right, you know?
And the people stood afar off, and Moses drew near unto the thick darkness where God was. And the Lord said unto Moses, Thus thou shalt say unto the children of Israel, You have seen that I have talked with you from heaven. You shall not make with me gods of silver, neither shall you make unto me gods of gold. And the altar of the earth thou shalt make unto me, and shalt sacrifice thereon. And when we go up to verse 18, we'll get it. 2018.
Keep going, keep going. Bro, you should know this stuff.
Verse 25, and if thou wilt make unto me an altar of stone, thou shalt not build it of any stone.
So that's a commandment. Now,
That's a command.
that's a commandment, brother.
That's a command. You gotta ask
What's the difference between a command and a commandment?
Right.
If I command you to shut up, and then I command, hey, I command you to stop talking to the same
what
thing.
God
All right.
wrote with his own hand. Command is what God spoke out of his mouth.
All right, cool.
It's in the word.
Show me.
You quoted it right there.
Brother, you said it's a difference between a command and a commandment.
Okay, just keep going.
Brother, I want to learn. I want to learn what a verse.
I don't have time. I don't have time to do
But
that.
it don't take nothing to bring out one verse. Pull it up on your phone.
Well, you've been bringing out more than one verse.
Well,
So
I'm
what?
saying to your
You got a
point,
problem with
brother.
that?
Hold on.
You got a problem with that?
I ain't got no problem. Man, I ain't got no problem with it.
Yeah, it's
I look.
We love you too. That's all I want to learn.
Right,
Because
it
you're
ain't
saying
never love. Because
it's a
listen,
difference. I want to know.
we really do know the word. We need to know the word of God. We're not gonna know everything, but we need to know how to make everlasting life. That's the point.
Like in Matthew 19:6. You said how to get everlasting life. How to
No,
do
what
that.
I'm saying, we need to know how. I'm just saying. I'm just making a statement. We
They
need to
can
know
read
how
too.
to make everlasting life.
He getting ready to tell you right now.
Hold on. Let you talk.
So
Good spirit.
Don't walk away.
But no, we're still going to tell you something. And he'll come right down and he'll do just what's going on.
I understand that, brother, but you said, you mentioned everlasting life. How do we get everlasting
Let the
life?
brothers talk, man.
A life outside.
We have to keep the commandments to get everlasting life.
Oh, yes.
So what was your point of saying that? So you admit that we have to keep God's commandments in 2023. We're afraid to keep it self-contained. Don't eat a shrimp, crab, pork, or lobster. We have to do
Don't even what?
don't eat a shrimp, crab, pork, lobster, as it states in the Bible, Leviticus 11th chapter.
Okay, so.
Those are commandments. So this, yeah, let's look at what Leviticus 11.
Where did Jesus feed the 4,000 and 5,000?
Fish.
Fish and bread.
All right. I said shrimp, crab, and lobster. You got the fish. All right, so
It's the book of Leviticus, chapter 11, and verse number 1. And it reads,
you can eat. I'm saying just because I said shrimp, crab, and lobster is more clean meat for you to eat. It's not just okay. I want to go in the water. It's just only shrimp. That's it. There's a lot of clean meats. Let's read it.
And the Lord spake unto Moses and to Aaron, saying unto them, Speak unto the children of Israel, saying, These are the beasts which ye shall eat among all the beasts that are on the earth.
So you have beasts that you can eat. Now jump to verse 7.
Verse 7, And the swine, though ye divide the hoof and be cloven footed, yet he cheweth not the cud, he is unclean to you. Of their flesh shall ye not eat, and of their carcass shall ye not touch.
You said we have to keep the commandments if we want everlasting life. Our commandment is not eat the pork. Yeah, that's a lot. You know. Go ahead, brother. Go ahead. Repeat it. Let's go to Acts chapter 10. Verse number 10. Let them repeat it, bro.
I'm not talking about that.
Brother, read the whole Bible.
So, you know, you could get a good understanding. when you read a certain scripture, there's other scriptures that you want to reference to. Look, let me tell you something. God said, he said he's not the author of confusion. Okay? He makes it where he said he did not understand the man. And I will give it to him.
God
He
said
wants
that,
us to know the truth. Okay? So I mean, if you have a purpose in your heart to know the truth, God cannot deny you that.
Again, and the truth is what? Keeping the commandments, right? We just read a commandment, it's not important. First to go to Peter, let's read the words of Peter and see what Peter said. First and second and third Peter is not only the words of Peter. Let's read what else Peter said in the book of Acts. Let's read this.
Yes, in them days.
This is Acts chapter 10 and verse 10.
Hey,
And he
I'm the
became-
Peter. I'm the Peter. Hey,
This Acts 10 and
Brother.
10. And he became very hungry and would have eaten. But while they made ready, he fell into a trance and saw heaven open and a certain vessel descending unto him as it had been a great sheet knit at the four corners and let down to the earth.
That's cool.
Wherein were all manner of four-footed beasts.
All men are four-footed beasts. So meaning every animal, the pig, the damn, all right, I'm just painting a picture. He's saying all men are four-footed beasts.
You don't have to.
Now read on.
It reads, wherein all manner of four-footed beasts of the earth, and wild beasts, and creeping things, and fowls of the air. And there came a voice to him, Rise, Peter, kill and eat.
So it was all type of unclean beasts. He said, Peter, eat this now. You know what?
But Peter said, Not so, Lord, for I have never eaten anything that is common or unclean.
Even out of Peter's mouth, he said, I've never eaten anything common or unclean.
Okay, but keep
So
going.
Peter kept the law.
Keep going. Keep reading.
All right.
It reads, And the voice spake unto him again the second time, What God hath cleansed, that call not thou common. This was done thrice, and the vessel received up again to heaven.
But God has purified. You call that not?
Now does that mean we can eat pork?
But that was a parable.
If it was a parable, did that mean it was literal? Referring to eating? Or was it a parable meaning it wasn't real? Or was it? It's not literal. So that means Peter wasn't literally commanded to eat pork then, right?
No. He was just letting them know what thou call unclean. What I made clean. That's God speaking.
Mm-hmm.
You call thou unclean. He was asking.
No, he said, what you mean? He said, don't call it common. It's the reason why he said that. We got to read the reason. Like you said, it was a parable. So whatever Peter saw and God told him to do that, it was for a specific
But the
reason.
parable actually relates to something that's.
Well, no, all right, well, now see, so now you change it. Like, no, a parable, like you said the first time, a parable is not real. It's a metaphor.
It's a metaphor, right?
So meaning it's not real. So it's a message behind him why he said that.
Right.
We about to read
There's a warning about something.
He's about to let you know why he said that. Read on.
All right, there's something about to happen. That's what I was just saying.
Verse
Look, I
28.
gotta go, brother. I gotta go.
Listen to this real fast.
Last verse.
Last verse, brother.
Last one.
That's it. Look,
Oh, listen to this.
It says, verse 28, And he said unto them, Ye know how that it's an unlawful thing for a man that is a Jew to keep company or come unto one of another nation. But God hath showed me that I should not call any man.
Any who?
That I shall not call any man.
That's the point.
That I shall not call any man
Should not call any man. Read on.
common or unclean.
So that vision was talking about a man. Talking about men. It wasn't talking about physical foot. So that doesn't.
That's what I'm saying.
Right, you just made a point that was not valid because he just said.
What
He
I'm
gave you the
saying, he said,
interpretation of
now
it.
with God.
Hold on, but he gave you the interpretation of what he was talking about. He was talking about man. You can't call a man
What was the
common
children of Israel eating when they was in the desert?
in the wilderness.
Yeah.
Let's get Exodus
No.
chapter
Can
20.
you answer it right now? Because I gotta
Exodus
go.
16. Huh?
They were eating quail, right?
Right. Quail is lawful.
Right.
Quail is definitely lawful. It's in the chicken family.
Let's get Exodus chapter 16.
Copy. What y'all talking about?
Huh. Exodus 16. I believe that's verse.
You said boss.
Yeah, he just killed out. Let me see what that's saying.
16 verse.
13. Exodus 16 and 13.
Right.
And it came to pass that at even the quails came up and covered the camp. And in the morning the dew lay round about the host.
Right, so all of the Lord giving commandments on clean meats and saying, I'm about to feed you. Yeah, that's unclean meat. That's all.
Right. We shouldn't eat meat, right?
No, we can't eat meat.
No.
You can't eat
It's
meat.
vegetarians. We ain't supposed to eat meat.
I mean, if you wanted to eat meat, it's certain meats that you can't eat.
No.
If you wanted to. We're not saying it's a commandment for you to eat meat.
But we shouldn't, right?
You can, you should. To an extent. All right, meat has
Vegetarians.
benefits.
God made God food. God didn't. What did God make for us? Apples, oranges. You know what God food? God food. God. I call it God food. Yeah. We ain't supposed to be eating no pig feet and rib tips and all that.
I agree with that. And certain meats, I agree. Certain meats you can't eat, like the pork.
Well, ain't no certain meats.
No, it is certain meats, brother.
What?
Go
God
back
made
to-
meat. Wait
go back
a
to-
minute.
that's
Wait a minute. God made some meat for us to eat?
Yes, brother.
What?
I'm about to show you. I'm about to show you.
It's in the Bible?
It's in the Bible.
What? The only meat that we supposed to eat, maybe some fish.
All right, well, brother, gonna show you.
Some fish.
It's
Ain't
Leviticus
supposed to
chapter
be no
11
fish.
and 2.
You know
It
better
says,
than that.
speak unto the children of Israel, saying, these are the beasts which ye shall eat.
These are the what?
These are the beasts which ye shall eat.
Read that
What?
again.
These are the beasts which ye shall eat.
What beast?
We don't.
Among all the beasts that are on the earth, whatsoever part of the hoof,
Right.
and is cloven footed,
Right.
and cheweth the cud among the beasts, that shall ye eat.
What beast should we eat?
Like you said, the one that cloven footed and chew up the cud, those are the ones you can eat. Like cow, or beef, or lamb.
Fish.
You can eat fish too. It's not a beast, but you read on you
Fish
can
is
eat
beast. That's the beast. A sea beast.
All right.
Sea beast.
Sorry,
But
43:30.
but we shouldn't eat that. But that's cool, fellas.
Now,
Let's
brother,
chill
now,
out.
brother.
Let's chill out with that.
Now, don't walk nowhere, because the next brother about to come up and give you more information, teaching the ways that I can have. All right?
All right.
Let's read this.
It's the book of Sirach, chapter 43, and verse number 29.
Break it out.
Start to verse number 30.
Right.
You got it too, huh, bro?
And it reads, will ye glorify the Lord, exalt him as much as he can.
Right.
For even yet will he far exceed. And when you exalt him, put forth all your strength.
The Lord said,
Put forth all your strength.
Half fast.
Put forth all your strength.
Read.
And be not weary.
Right.
For you can never go far enough.
You can never go far enough with serving the Most High. All right, brother. So again, the next brother, he's about to come up and show you different ways, namely keeping the commandments on how to serve the Most High. All right, read this.
Baruch 4:28.
Bring it
For
out.
as it was your mind to go astray from Yahweh, so being returned, seek him 10 times more.
The Lord said,
Seek him 10 times more.
Then again,
Seek him 10 times more.
read.
For he hath brought these plagues upon you.
You gotta seek the Lord 10 times more. All right, brother. And again, how do you do that? By listening to the wisdom that you're about to receive from the next mighty prophets people. With that, Kwame Yashara.
Kwame Yashara.
Yes, Paul.